Welcome back, everybody. Today we're playing Return to Ash. The description says, the hospital was empty, quiet and brighter than usual, like waking up on a snow day, but I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel much of anything. With that, let's get in and see what we got. The hospital was empty. Quiet and brighter than usual, like waking up on a snow day. But I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel much of anything. Weird. Normally opening my eyes to a room this bright would give me a migraine. Instead, I feel no pain at all. No aching muscles, no bed sores, not even a hint of dizziness or nausea. For the first time in 7 years, I felt completely normal. Either I'm cured, or this is a dream. Or I'm dead. Hello. I called out, but no one came. Nurse? I searched for the call button on the side of my bed, but it wasn't there. Yep, definitely a dream then. My IV bag dripped in response. Or these are some next level painkillers. What am I supposed to do now? Leave the room. Fine, I guess I'll just go and find someone. I put on some slippers and walked out into the hall. Much to my dismay, there didn't seem to be anyone here either. Something was definitely wrong. Even in the dead of night, you'd see a nurse or two scurrying in these halls. Or at the very least, a janitor. But it's broad daylight, and there's absolutely no one. My footsteps echoed quietly in the eerie silence. Peered around the corner to see another empty stretch of hallway before me. Okay, new explanation. Time has stopped. I slept through the fire alarm, and everyone already evacuated. I was left behind in the confusion. Or it's the rapture. No, it's not their fault I was left behind. A nuclear apocalypse? Isn't there a bright flash before the bomb goes off? That must be what it is. I walked steadily down the halls, coming up with more and more ridiculous theories as to what was happening. Finally, a figure appears, saving me from my madness. Hello? Hi. I was too surprised to know how to react. This wasn't the sort of person I expected to find, and she showed up too suddenly. Instead of focusing on all the possible explanations for what was going on, I should have come up with something to say when I inevitably found someone stupid. I didn't think anyone else was here. She looks me up and down, glancing to my IV, and then back to my face. She's expecting a response. Where is everybody? Where is everyone? You just got here, didn't you? What am I supposed to say to that? No, I didn't just get here. I was admitted a full 7 years ago now. You just got here, ma'am. This hospital, though. There were enough small differences I'd noticed. It was becoming easier to believe this might be a new place entirely. My bad memory doesn't explain the missing call button after all. Or the fact that these halls are so lacking in detail. I guess she's right. Whatever this is, I did just get here. Okay, so where am I exactly? I thought I was in St. Fellows. Is this a different hospital? She sighs, pausing to consider her words. Listen, this isn't a hospital. You died. Are you okay? You're not having a heart attack, are you? No, I was just really hoping you weren't going to say that. Right, of course. Why would it matter if I was having a heart attack now? I'm apparently dead. I mean, I assumed as much. I just didn't want to face it. How could I have died so unceremoniously? Unless it's just that I don't remember the gruesome details. I guess I should be thankful for that, at least. Still, to die in my sleep at the ripe age of 22, it's not how I expected my life to come to an end. The doctors never told me I had however many weeks to live. It feels so out of nowhere. Did I really die? I'm breathing now, right? Out of necessity or habit? The woman clears her throat. I'm sorry, it took me some time to process my own death, too. You're also dead? I've been here for about 3 months now, give or take. I wonder how she died. But it's probably rude to ask a stranger something like that. It's not like I wanted to spill my life story either. So, what's your story, kid? She asked me without hesitation. I'm not a kid, I'm 22. Really? But you look so young. Being hospitalized stunted my growth, I guess. Why are we talking about this? I died. Who cares what I look like? Wow, only 4 years younger than me. Finally, someone I can relate to a little better. My life is pretty far from average 22-year-old experience. It's hard to imagine I would be relatable to her in the slightest. What were you hospitalized for? It's not cancer, is it? She's unbelievably rude. No, it's hard to explain. Was it terminal? I continue to be astounded by this woman's complete lack of tact. Can we talk about something else? Sorry. I'm asking because I wanted to discern what your goal might be. My goal? I'm dead. Surely there's no reason left to pursue any kind of goals. To my surprise, she laughed. This might be some kind of afterlife, but that doesn't mean we should give up on living. My name is Scarlett. I'm going to get my second shot at life, even if it kills me. Moving words for someone who is already dead. What are you talking about? Do you want to go back? Do I want to go back? Go back to where? When? To where I left off? To before I was hospitalized? The thought of returning to my current everyday life, resuming the stasis I've been in for the past 7 years, it just doesn't sound all that appealing to me. It's not that I'd rather be dead. It's more like now that I've died, I feel I could come to accept it. My head doesn't hurt. I've been standing here for a while now without fuzzy dizzy. I've been standing here for a while now without feeling dizzy. That's huge for me. I wonder if I even need this IV anymore. I answered her honestly. I don't know. That makes sense. It sounds like you just got here after all. What's your name? Ashley. Ash for short. Alright, Ashley. Walk with me. I'll tell you everything I know. She turned immediately and with complete confidence that I would follow her. So I did. Scarlett walked to an easy pace, explaining the mechanics of this afterlife, as if there was a speech she had rehearsed and recited 20 times. And maybe she had. Clearly I wasn't the first dead person she welcomed here. It was surreal, thinking about the situation I was in, but also how I had no trouble focusing on her explanation despite that. Usually, I feel so lost in the fog, but my mind is completely clear right now. Is this how my brain would function if I were healthy? Not that it matters anymore. Based on Scarlett's explanation, I should consider this place to be purgatory. We died, but we can move on from here. It's unclear exactly where we would move on to. Apparently, that's up to death. We were here on our own way to meet them now. So, we don't get hungry? Right. Or thirsty. There's nothing to eat or drink here anyway. And we can't sleep? You know, I haven't actually tried. But after 3 full months with no sleep, I haven't had any sort of adverse effects. Safe to say it's unnecessary. You know for sure it's been 3 months? Time is definitely passing. I've been using my watch to track the days. Because there's no sunrise or sunset. I slow my pace, and Scarlett stops in front of me. There's a pity look on her face. The stasis isn't so bad once you get used to it. I'm already tired of how bright it is. Scarlett laughs, but I wasn't joking. I may have been spared from my usual migraine, but the constant intensity of the light is unnerving to me. If I had a choice of which hospital to spend purgatory in, I'd say St. Fellows was a better option. At least there, I had the changing seasons to look forward to, how it'd get quieter after visiting hours were over. The chatty nurses telling me about their day as they changed my IV. Being in the hospital for so long, you learn to love the little things. The alternative is to just feel miserable all the time. I'm not miserable. I'm still alive. But I can't even say that anymore. I grip onto the pole of my IV stand a little tighter. I'm still too afraid to leave it behind. The last few wayward souls who came through here, they made it out pretty quick. Maybe you'll be able to bargain with death too. Then you won't have to get used to this light. I'm not very good at bargaining. She laughs again and presses the button for the elevator. I'll help you. I'm good at debate. Thanks. The elevator doors opened to reveal a man stacking coins in the center of the floor. Don't come in. I blinked at the confusing sight, but Scarlett cut in without missing a beat. You're still at this? It's been 2 days. There's a lot of coins, and the deadline's coming up pretty soon. Scarlett leaned her forearm against the elevator door to prevent it from closing. Well, can I get in? I'm taking Ashley here to meet death. Could you maybe catch the next one? No. Scarlett forced her way in, knocking over a stack of coins in the process. Why are you so pushy, Miss Scarlett? Because you're wasting your time. Come on, Ashley. She motioned for me to follow, and I stepped into the elevator. I did my best to avoid the coins at my feet. It was an awkward ride. When we reached the basement, Scarlett went on ahead. The man moved to shield his coin stacks from her reckless stride, but it turned out to be unnecessary. Her intent seemed more focused on escorting me to wherever death was, I guess. To the side of the elevator door was another pile of coins. Upon closer inspection, they looked to be some type of play currency. At least I'm not aware of any coins with a skull on them. Doubloons, maybe? Judging by the cartoony design, it seemed like something used for board games rather than by pirates. Curious, and not particularly in any rush to meet death, I stopped to talk to the man. Why are you stacking coins? Celadon, you're Ashley, right? I prefer Ash. Celadon picks up a small stack of coins to transport them to the larger pile beside the elevator. His process is methodical and efficient. I could tell he really has been here for 2 days. It's my trial, so I can revive. He shuffles back to the elevator to pick up the next stack of coins. Trial? Scarlet, clearly tired of waiting, returns to my side. Death told him he had 3 days to bring coins from the top floor to the basement. If he reaches a certain amount, his soul will be released. They have to stay stacked like this. If a single coin faces tails up, it won't count. Sounds tedious. No, I don't mind. It's a good exercise. He goes back for the next round of coins. Leave him, Ashley. He's done hundreds of these trials. Death isn't going to let him pass this time either. As Scarlet walks away again, the elevator door begins to close. Celadon stumbles from his pace to block them. The stack of coins he's holding wobbles dangerously, but he quickly steadies himself and continues his work, as if nothing had happened. I feel sorry for him. Help Celadon. Here, I can help. Really? You don't have to. It looks fun. We both know I'm lying, but he smiles anyways. In that case, feel free. I carefully stack the coins that Scarlet scattered on the elevator floor, checking that each one is facing heads up. It's easy to get absorbed in the task, somewhat addictive even. Each coin I place down gives me a small sense of satisfaction. I'm not even getting sore from being hunched over. That part is nice. I can't imagine being stuck doing this for 2 full days, though. That's some serious endurance. Celadon came back and forth, carrying each stack of coins out into the hall. Every once in a while, the elevator door would try to close and he would lean against it to keep it open. I wondered if I'd be more useful just holding the button down for him, but he seemed to have developed a rhythm around it. I didn't want to interrupt that rhythm any more than I already had. When the last of the coins were gathered into stacks, he began carrying them out with him. It's so nice of you to lend a hand. Hopefully it's not against the rules or anything. I'm not messing things up for you, am I? Probably not. I mean, sometimes I fail my trials on technicality. Well, anyway, Death didn't say anything about doing it all on my own, just that I had to carry them by hand. Am I doing the right thing by helping him? As long as he's fine with it, I guess. We step out into the hall. We step out into the now empty elevator and into the coin-filled hall. No one has ever helped me with my trials before. Usually people have their own things going on. He starts heading in the direction of Scarlet went earlier. I follow, dragging my IV bag along with one hand and carrying a small stack of coins in the other. Are you sure it's okay for me to keep helping you? Yeah, I don't think it counts as cheating or anything. It's like you're part of my downline. Downline? Yeah, we're like a team. You do a bit of the work for me, and we both profit. I can give you some of my coins when this is over. How does that sound? His offer catches me off guard. I wasn't doing this for any kind of profit. I just wanted to be nice. No thanks. I don't have pockets. Well, let me know if you change your mind. I wince a little at how enthusiastically he delivered his pun. Finally, we reach the end of the hall. The room we were transporting coins to turned out to be a morgue. I could now see firsthand the results of his past 2 days of efforts. Glancing around the room, I lock eyes with Scarlet. She shifts her gaze to Celadon, who is currently preoccupied with lining up his stack of coins with the others. And then it suddenly clicks for me. Of course, the place we'd find death is waiting in a morgue. This is where they keep the bodies. The thought of it chills me to the bone, so I focus on the coins in my hand. To place them down with the rest, then move to follow Celadon back out into the hall. Ashley, wait. I stop in my tracks, then reluctantly turn to face the person who was supposed to help me negotiate my revival. You feel sorry for him, don't you? She's right, but I still incline to argue. I'm just trying to help. His trial is ending soon anyways, right? There's not a lot of time left, Miss Scarlet. He shuts back at us from the hall. His footsteps echo down the hall as he goes back for more coins. You're a nice girl, Ashley. But don't you think you should focus on saving your own soul? She says, entirely focused on saving mine. Helping others while I'm at it doesn't hurt. You're doing it too. She doesn't say anything back. I'm already out the door catching up to Celadon. His pace slows once he realizes I'm following him. As I close the distance, I try to make conversation. It's kind of messed up that death is making you carry all these coins into the morgue. Morgue? We're walking together now, he blinks at me. Oh, you're right, you're new. What do you see this place as, Ash? A hospital. Oh, that's interesting. So, why there's a morgue? I'm confused by what he's asking me. Do we all see this place differently? For me, it's, kind of personal. But I don't mind telling you. This place looks like a rehab facility I was sent to in my early 20s. I was only there for a short time, but it left an impression, I guess. Rehab. We each pick up the next stack of coins. Yeah, I partied pretty hard in college. I mean, I thought that was what you were supposed to do in college. Anyway, it got so bad my family sent me to rehab for a bit. I've been sober ever since. I have no idea how to respond. It's far outside my own experience that I can't imagine what it must have been like at all. You were in college, Ash. Before you got here, you're not still in high school, are you? No, I've been in the hospital since I was a teenager. I didn't actually get to high school. Oh, that sounds so sad. I'm sorry. We reach the morgue again and walk back inside. Scarlet doesn't bother us this time. Celadon and I place our coins down, ready to head back for more. Before we leave, I reconsider this morgue. This room looks different to Celadon and to Scarlet too. She told me before that it isn't a hospital. I wonder what it looks like to her. Since it's not really a morgue, it's a lot easier to push down the anxiety I feel about being here. This is all made up. It's set dressing. Even the coins we're carrying aren't real. Maybe I'll wake up soon and realize it was a dream all along. Stack by stack, we carry away the coins in the hall until there are none left. When I offered to help him, he didn't think I'd get so into it, but the work was meditative and helped me keep my mind off things. I'm here because I died. I haven't been able to process that yet. I just dove into helping this stranger with his trial. A trial I don't know anything about. I don't want to think about any of that. I just want to keep focusing on the task at hand. But his trial will be over soon, and death will come to pass judgment. That's how it works, isn't it? Sure enough, as we carry the last of the coins, we're greeted by death. A hooded figure carrying a scythe, their face hidden by a mask. The sight of them startles me, but I take care not to drop any of Celadon's coins. She's young. She doesn't belong here. Scarlet must be bargaining for my soul, like we talked about. It's nice of her to do that, even though I was busy helping Celadon instead. She fits in pretty well as far as I can see. Death stares in my direction. Are they watching me? I can't tell with the mask. Do you think we have time for one more trip up the elevator? Celadon looks antsy. I'm not sure what he's worried about, though. We already brought so many coins. This is enough, isn't it? Maybe, but one last trip wouldn't hurt. He looks like he's asking my permission. Death walks over to us before I can respond. Time's up, Donnie. Donnie? That's kind of cute. Please stop calling me that. Only my mom calls me Donnie. Scarlet strides over to us, indignant. Excuse me, our conversation wasn't over. Schedule's full, babe. Come back with a better argument tomorrow. I'm busy. Just tell him he failed and get it over with already. Please don't do that. I worked really hard. So the trial really is over now. Excuse me. They all turned to face me at once. I'm a little surprised they listened and massively uncomfortable with the tension. Are you really going to check through every coin? Not just check them. There's a hint of a smirk on their face. I'm going to flip them. Flip? And there's the catch. For every coin you brought, we're going to play heads or tails. If any of them lands on tails, you lose. I thought I had to place them here to face up. Flipping every single coin, that's impossible. What are the odds of getting heads so many times in a row? 50-50 for each coin. That's pretty awful RNG. If my units had a 50% chance of missing, I choose another attack. It's so low, you may as well not even try. You're a gamer. I hadn't meant to say it out loud, but the despair of the situation really struck me. I'm so sorry, Celadon. I can't help but feel a little responsible for increasing his burden. Not that removing my contributions would have changed this outcome. Death flips the first coin. Heads. They pick up the next one. Oh, it's heads again. They're definitely taking pleasure in this. Celadon cringes visibly at the sound of each coin being tossed. Third coin lands on heads. And then on fourth, he watches the results, unable to speak. But it can't go on forever. In fact, it might be set up to make him start to think he has a chance, only for death to take that away. It's just a coin flip, but they managed to turn it into immense psychological torture. Bringing fewer coins would have given him better odds, but then he would fail for not meeting the minimum requirement. I see why Scarlet didn't bother to help him before. Death's trials are made to be unwinnable. The coin flips pause, and Death turns to me. Hey Ashley, heads or tails? Tails? I wasn't asking you. Death wants me to call it. Heads. Scarlet shoots me a look, but I didn't budge. I have to stand up to Death somehow. They flip the coin. Tails. You lose, Celadon. His voice wavers. I think we might cry, which is probably death's aim with this. Crushing his spirit, giving him hope, only to snuff it right back out. What do they gain from toying with people like this? Celadom has, done a lot of these, right? I can't stop myself from speaking up. The situation is too unfair. Yeah? So why can't you just release his soul already? He's tried pretty hard, right? He's got plenty of time. What do you mean? Death mounts their side like a witch on a broomstick. I barely know how to react. As my eyes follow them, I can only think of how the ceiling is higher up than I realized. They drift to a stop. They grasp the handle on one of the metal doors. I'm about to see a corpse. It's not a real morgue, but there could still be actual bodies in there. And why hadn't I noticed this room looks infinitely tall until now? The metal door swings open, and a long drawer slides out. It's hard to tell from here where I'm standing, but it seems to be lined with rows upon rows